Here we are then with part 17 of my F1 2021 Immersive Driver Career Mode with Alpine F1. And today we have the Mexican Grand Prix. And, well, what can I say? My car won the Hungarian Grand Prix at the weekend. It's got nothing to do with Esteban Ocon or Valterri Bottas for that matter. It was completely my car, and that's the reason why we won this weekend. But thank you for the support on the series so far. If you are enjoying it, give it a big thumbs up down below. An update on the R&D. We haven't brought any parts this weekend, but we have got a few in the pipeline over the next few Grand Prix to really elevate us, and this should take us up to that second tier that are fighting Mercedes for race victories. So really looking forward to that power unit upgrade coming in the next couple of Grand Prix. But the pace is good this weekend. Looking forward to it. Always go well around Mexico. So let's see how we get on in qualifying. Well, here we come up to the line. Not a fantastic lap. Only a 1:15.2. Must admit that was a fairly sore one. Hopefully we can come round on our second lap on these set of tyres and do enough to get through to Q2. Well, coming up to the line once again. And, well, it's only enough for 10th place. Still only just faster than Nicholas Latifi. So, might have to come out again, unfortunately. But that's just what can happen sometimes, and we haven't hooked up the laps, which is a big shame. Well, here we come up to the line then. What's it going to be? P14, so not through comfortably, but we are through to Q2, and well, we can be very, very happy with that. It was a tough old session, that. Not where we wanted to be. Down in 14th. 0.5 of a second behind our teammate Fernando Alonso, but at least we're ahead of the guys that go out: Giovinazzi, Schumacher, Russell, Mazepin and Nicholas Latifi. Well, we come up to the line in Q2, but it's not going to be good enough. Only 14th quickest, and that is a big disappointment. Okay, we've got a worn engine in the back of the car, but that should have been a lot better than P14, and Fernando's going to be through the top 10 shootout and 7/10 quicker than us in the end. But Valtteri Bottas is out in Q2, and he's joined by Stroll, Raikkonen, ourselves, and Yuki Tsunoda. And, well, I think we might take a new engine. Around here, lots of chances to overtake. We'll take our final engine of the year, and we'll see how we get on in the race.
Here we go then, it's time to race in Mexico City, a place which gave Honda their first ever victory back in 1965. American Richie Ginther won from third on the grid. And what are the Honda-powered cars this year? Well, Red Bull have been going strong here in recent seasons, so can they keep that record going today? The Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, 2.6 miles of track that allows drivers to take full advantage of their cars, reaching speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, and providing lots of opportunities for overtaking. The circuit features 17 corners, 10 to the right and the remaining 7 going to the left. It's race day yet again, and joining me for a chat, Anthony Davidson. And our racers are certainly in for a rough day today. What will you be watching for as they go down into turn 1?
Well, the start of the race is always one of the most nerve-wracking parts. You have to hope that everyone is able to get off to a clean start, and this is possibly the trickiest part of the entire race. So many drivers in such a small space, and finding your braking point into turn 1 as well. It's a testament to the driver's skill that there aren't more incidents.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Perez, Sainz, they've taken a grid penalty, Lance Stroll and Raikkonen, Fernando Alonso, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty, the captain, Verstappen and Lando Norris. They've taken a grid penalty. Giovinazzi, Russell, Sebastian Vettel and Latifi. Gasly, Ricciardo, Valtteri Bottas and Nikita Mazepin. Tsunoda and Mick Schumacher. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
Well, there we are then, down on the track, and, well, I'm an idiot, I forgot to change the engine, but I suppose it's worked out, because we are going to be starting in 7th position, or 8th position, sorry, rather than 14th, so we'll have a little look at this. I mean, they're suggesting soft, medium, otherwise we could go soft, hard, and apparently that would be 6 seconds quicker. I just don't see it myself, but we'll go out there, we'll judge for ourselves what we think. It's going to be 36 laps, so it's going to be quite a tough one, but I'll see you guys at lights out. Well, here we go then, lining up. Hamilton on pole. We've got Sainz in second, then Perez in third. Not Sainz in second, sorry. I don't know who is it. Is it Leclerc? Yeah, then Perez, Sainz, Stroll, Raikkonen, Alonso, ourselves. It's going to be a good one. Here we go. Lights out, away we go here at the Autodromo, whatever, Rodriguez. Romano Rodriguez or whatever, but we're underway.
Level of wear on the internal combustion engine.
Can we get ourselves down the inside here?
Shifts, later downshifts.
Wow, we just were running way behind everybody else as Kimi Raikkonen is making his way through in 8th position. It looks like Alonso's had a very good start. Let's see if we can get down the inside of Lando. Well, possible chance on Kimi round the outside here. That's a good move. And that was an important move because Kimi would have been a little bit of a cork in the bottle, you feel. Well, we reached the end of the first lap, but you can see what we're up against here. Turbocharger and the internal combustion engine not at their best, to say the least. So it is going to be a bit of a struggle, to be honest with you. But we will try our absolute best to stay with these guys and fight for points.
Accumulating some wear on the MGUK. To manage this, we'll need to lower our ERS deployment mode.
Well, here comes Lando Norris, and this is without DRS, and he is through. Well, here comes Sebastian Vettel. This time he does have DRS, and he is easily through. Up into 9th position. But luckily, Kimi Raikkonen is the car behind, and he's dropped nearly 5 seconds on this battle. So hopefully we can stay ahead of him today. But I don't think our eyes are going to be forward for much long. Well, we got some early pit stops. That's Charles Leclerc already into the pits. We are going to do our one-stop strategy instead, I think, rather than the two-stop ad.
Don't panic just yet, but we've seen a problem at our end. We're looking into it.
Well, we got an issue, and, well, we are probably due a DNF, to be honest. We haven't had one since France. But we shall see. Still pushing hard. All of a sudden.
Okay, looks like a mechanical failure.
Yeah, we're out. Look at that.
A safe spot to retire. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Oh wow, it's the energy store. It's gone, and we are out of the Mexican Grand Prix. Well, it's been a tough weekend for us, and it just continued there. And well, isn't that a devastating one? We are gone. And there's nothing we can do about it. But what will be interesting to see is how Fernando got on in that race. He was running well.
Not just victory today then, but the championship as well. What a spectacular season they've had. Congratulations to the whole team. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
Well, Norris passed us early on in the race and he's finished third, so that shows the pace that McLaren have, but...
Let's have a look then at the
wow.
drivers' standings. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
That's got to be the Flying Finn. Wait, how many Flying Fins have we had now? Anyway, I'm talking about Bottas this time. Just great raw speed. And a good job in traffic as well.
It's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Well, there we have it then. We are out of the Mexican Grand Prix. Fernando managed to get a couple of points though, which was good, and we beat both Aston Martin cars, which a few races ago we would have been celebrating, but yes, ourselves and George Russell, the only DNFs in the race. So let's continue on, see what is said about that energy store
What a great
blown
day
up.
earlier today. Let's talk about what happened.
Oh dear.
You had the pace, but your car couldn't quite keep up, could it? I've heard rumours that you're interested in moving to this team. Is there any... Sounds like there's some work to do back at the factory.
Oh, thanks, Claire. No, I don't really care, to be honest. I'm really not getting on with Claire in this series. Oh, dear me. Dearie me. Well, Lance Stroll beating us in all aspects, and we've only got 3 rounds to go in this year's championship. But let's have a little look then. Mechanical failure. It happened, the last race was caused by an issue with one of our components. They've managed to identify the cause and it's provided some good research. But if we have a little look, there you have it then. So that energy store cannot be used any longer. I mean, looking at the ICE, we're going to have to take some engine penalties, aren't we? So yeah, we will unfortunately have to take a 5-place grid penalty at some point, at least for that. And looking at the wear of the components, I think we just take a brand spanking new engine, and we'll be starting from the back at the next Grand Prix. But that's what I get for getting to do it at the start of the Mexican Grand Prix there. Unfortunately, then we will be starting at the back in Brazil, and it'll be another fight back race. But it's been a really solid season, hasn't it? You know, lots and lots of point scoring finishes, but we couldn't quite finish it off there. We might as well. Nah, we'll keep the gearbox. We'll be environmentally friendly about the gearbox. But let's have a little look at the R&D in progress. I think some are going to be on the car before the next Grand Prix. So let's see if they come onto the car.
We were expecting some new developments to come
annoying.
through, but some of them have failed quality control. We'll need to tell the team what to redevelop via the R&D screen.
So we did manage some of them. You've seen them come through. So let's go to the race weekend, find out what exactly has come through, and also whether there's going to be a regulation change. Usually they pop
Okay,
in.
I need your attention.
Here we go.
The tech regulations are changing. There's a risk some of our hard work will be undone, so we need to mitigate it. As soon as you can, I want you to look at the developments we have and tell us what areas you want to invest in protecting.
Well, yeah, that's not up to me. So driver moves. As you know, all the teams have been busy. Attached as a summary. I mean, there wasn't a summary there. That seems like some sort of glitch. Developments update. So yes, we have completed some of them. 17 more parts completed. So have we went ahead and... Oh, wow. So chassis, aerodynamics and durability all get a reset, which is crazy. So there's 18 parts at risk here. That is massive. Obviously, I can't do anything about this, but that is going to hugely affect the team. I mean, look at the chassis. Most of the chassis is going to get restarted. So, yeah, I'm very interested to see what happens with the likes of Mercedes, the likes of Red Bull, Ferrari, all those teams. Are we just going to have a basic reset to Season 1, Race 1 performance? Who knows? But yes, it's going to be an interesting one next time out, because we're not going to be qualifying, really. We might as well go out in Q1 just to get a run out, see where we would qualify. But yeah, we're going to be starting at the back, so yes, that's going to be interesting for the next Grand Prix. If you've enjoyed this one, give it a big thumbs up down below, subscribe for more F1 content, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.